So there's two things I'd like to talk about in this video, one being very brief and the second being a predictions type for Gambino's or Donald Glover's upcoming album Pharos. Now it appears as though Lando will be played by Donald Glover. After much speculation, it is confirmed that he will be playing Lando Calrissian in the upcoming Star Wars film set to be released around 2018. And alongside that news, his mom says to not mess up the role because apparently she's a huge fan of Lando Calrissian, also Billy D. Williams. And speaking of Billy D, I wonder if he's going to take part in this film because he definitely should, since he played the role to begin with, and it would be nice for him to give tips to Donald Glover here and there on like a proper way to like display his character in the film. On to the predictions spectrum of this video. So people have been speculating, judging from previous videos and the people on the internet, that Donald Glover will be dropping Pharos on December 10th, which by the way is the same date BTI was released back in 2013. Personally, I think the album will come out the following week after Atlanta season's finale. That'll be taking place on November 1st, which is November 2nd, or the week after that on Tuesday, November 8th. But Donald did say, I'ma drop it whenever the time feels right. With that type of Frank Ocean mindset, that could mean any time, like either next year, 2 years from now. It's like, it's his music, he could do whatever he wants, but like I just feel like it's just right to drop it after Atlanta is over, because right now he wants us to pay attention. Clearly he wants us to pay attention to Atlanta and the hidden messages that he's trying to just get across. Like, I'm staying with that prediction until the album is finally released. I hope it's before New Year's Eve or on New Year's Day, because like that would be the best New Year's Eve gift of all time, because you know he's the GOAT after all. So another thing that I'd like to mention that I've brung up in a previous video of mine, one of my first, is if Pharos is going to be the follow-up story or the sequel to Because the Internet. Like, I see there's a bridge between Camp and Because the Internet, because if you go all the way back in 2011, the last track is called That Power, and towards the remaining lyrics of the big story that he had at the end, he says, the truth is I got on the bus, a boy, and I never got off the bus, I still haven't. That's the beginning of Because the Internet, so then we go through that. And clearly, in the entire album of Because the Internet, Donald Glover portrays a boy who clearly is depressed in some fashion and is very self-aware of how everything works in this world. And the last track of that album has him saying, please help me, and then it just cuts off with a weird sound at the end. And I personally just don't see how there can be a bridge from Pharos to Because the Internet. Like, this new music that I've seen from the Pharos Joshua Tree show, I just can't see how he's gonna be able to connect that with Because the Internet unless the boy started a new leaf. That could also be another theory. So let's put into perspective that the last track of Because the Internet is the beginning of Pharos. Now, someone on the Genius page to that song, Life the Biggest Troll, made a comment about Donald mentioning several things about a Buddha statue, and this could be a little hint. This song, possibly the entire album, could play into the Buddhist belief system. And one thing that Buddhism is hugely a part of is the thought of reincarnation. Now, he could have been possibly reincarnated to have a better karma in his next life, and Pharos, judging from the leaks, it seems like a more happier and just more upbeat type of sound, like way more optimistic than Because the Internet. Like, Donald just seemed more free and was surrounded by peace and serenity type vibes around him the entire time. Like, I feel happy for the dude at this point. To conclude that message, we just have to wait and see. Hopefully the album will be dropped before the end of this year. I'm thinking after Atlanta season finale, and yeah, it was a nice one. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
I'm Tiger Woods, and I fuck bitches.